It was really in the spring of 2014 when this idea really kind of came to fruition. I was meeting with one of the other scholars, who's a Katherine Mansfield scholar, and in the process of that conversation, the idea of actually kind of having a Katherine Mansfield conference in the United States actually came up. As part of that, I also sent a tentative proposal for a book to Bloomsbury Publishing, and the idea there was that eventually some of the essays from the conference would be collected into a book form, and then that would be what I would ultimately publish. The focus of both the conference and of the book is Katherine Mansfield and the Bloomsbury Group. The Bloomsbury Group was a group of early 20th century literary figures, artists, and so the idea was that this conference would bring together scholars who are interested in looking at the way that she portrays the Bloomsbury Group in her fiction. So the conference was in Chicago in May of 2015. Really included a lot of scholars, international scholars. Certainly there were scholars from the United States, there were scholars from Canada, from China, from New Zealand, and from Scotland, and Slovakia as well, also Eastern Europe. So really a truly international conference. One of the things that I did over the summer, right, that was part of the fund that I was awarded, was really kind of dealt with some of the logistics of the book proposal. So back in the spring of 2014, I emailed Bloomsbury Publisher, emailed the editor who takes care of some of the literary texts, some of the literary critical texts. I got what's called an expression of interest, which basically means that they're interested in the idea, but I have to provide a formal proposal. I've co-edited two other collections, Katherine Mansfield in World War I, and Katherine Mansfield in Translation. And I'm actually in the process of co-editing a third book called Katherine Mansfield in Psychology. So I've been co-editing books, and my goal in this particular sense was to kind of venture out on my own, that I wanted to edit my own text and not just kind of play the co-editor role. So out of the conference I had the chapter topics based on the presentations of the people from the conference, but I had to do several other things as a way of really kind of pitching the book toward the publisher. So I had to do some research on marketing, but I also had to do some reading on what other books would be competing with this book on Katherine Mansfield. And several of those books included essays about people in the Bloomsbury context. So I had to justify, in a sense, my proposal and how my proposal would be different from these actual books that were already published. At this point, I'm still kind of waiting to hear what's going on with the book. According to the timeline of the publisher, I should find out by the end of this year whether my book proposal has been accepted. If it's accepted, then I would begin kind of following up with some of the contributors and go through the process of editing their essays as well as kind of writing the introduction for the book.